Back in 2019, Elgato introduced Key Light, and seemingly overnight, it became a staple in content creator and streamer setups because of the fact that it's super simple to use, it doesn't take up that much space, you just toss it on your desk and before you know it, you have yourself a nice lighting setup. The next year, Elgato introduced Key Light Air, which was essentially the little brother of the full-size Key Light. 6 years later, Key Light Air has officially leveled up with Key Light Air MK.2. So this thing has some pretty cool new upgrades that go along with it, including a panel that is 60% larger than Key Light Air MK.1. It's also 50% brighter, has these little touch buttons on the bottom here. And then if we flip it around back, you'll see that it's USB-C powered, so no longer is it a proprietary connector. And then there's a MagSafe ring on the back, so you can really get creative and use this however you see fit. That's totally up to you. But my favorite thing about Key Light Air MK.2, ready for this? Oh yeah, we have a focus grid. So this is an optional accessory, but I think a lot of people are gonna want this accessory because of the results that it produces. And we'll get into that later on in the video. I'll show you some real world examples. With that being said, I do wanna give a massive thank you to Elgato for sending me over a pair of Key Light Air MK.2s for me to test out for you guys. Let's get into it. So inside of the box, you get a quick start guide, of course, the actual lighting panel itself. This measures 319 millimeters by 207 millimeters and is 33 millimeters thick at the widest point. So it's nice and thin. And there's 3/4 inch mounting points along the back. You also get a braided USB-C to C cable that measures 250 centimeters or 98 inches, and a desk mount that has a ratcheting clamp on the bottom here, along with a telescoping arm that has a hole for cable management. You'll notice that it doesn't come with an actual power adapter, and that's because you'll be able to plug the other end of that USB-C cable directly into your PC for a nice minimal setup. The one caveat to that I want to make note of is you won't be able to push this light to its full 2100 lumen brightness, which is considered 100%. I tested it out with 2 different USB-C ports on my computer, and one could push it to 20% and the other could push it to 60%. So I think it all depends on your specific hardware. If I'm being honest though, I don't think that you're gonna ever need to push it to 100%. If you are someone that does want to push it all the way to 100%, you will need to supply your own 30-watt PD compatible adapter, or if you pick up this light directly from Elgato themselves, you'll actually be able to add a P30 power supply completely for free at checkout. So a little bit of an incentive to buy directly from Elgato, not to mention the fact that you can use code DRIGSY to save yourself some money as well. And also that's where you'll be able to pick up the optional focus grid that just magnetizes right to the front of Key Light Air MK.2. It's super satisfying. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. For right now, let's move on to the basic setup of Key Light Air MK.2. So this clamp should be able to fit most desks up to 6 centimeters or 2.35 inches thick. If you have a Secretlab Magnus Pro desk like I do, I found the best way to mount it was through this little hole right here. You kind of have to finesse it, but then you can use the ratchet to get it nice and tight. And you can quickly adjust the height of the mount from 60 centimeters all the way up to 88 centimeters. And I really like that there are these height markings here along the edge. So that way, if you get a pair of these lights, you can set them up to the same exact height without any guesswork. Then of course we have to screw our light on, and you can choose any one of those mounting points. So I'm just gonna go for that middle one there. And from here, you can adjust the angle with this little ball head. Lastly, we need power. So I'm gonna take the USB-C cable that came in the box, plug it into the back of the panel, and then you can route it through that little channel in the back here, and it just makes a nice, really clean look. For the sake of this really quick setup, I'm actually gonna use a little PD power bank that I have. So yeah, if you're wondering, you can totally power Key Light Air MK.2 with a nice battery pack. And you know what? I'm actually going to move this whole setup to the other side of the desk so you can see how the actual touch controls work. So 1 second. There we go. Easy enough. Okay, so to turn it on, it's just a tap of the little physical button down here. And then from here, you can easily adjust the brightness by using the plus or minus buttons on the front face. And if you press them both at the same time, it's going to toggle you into temperature mode where you can adjust it from 7,000 Kelvin. So it's nice and cool. And you can bring it all the way down to 2,900 Kelvin for a nice warm light. Let's say that you set it up to a way that you like and you want to save this preset. All you have to do is hold down on one of these shortcut buttons here for 3 seconds, and it's going to save that as a preset. So let's say you have a nighttime preset and a daytime preset. You can easily swap between the two with just the tap of a button. It's just super convenient. And I mean, theoretically from here, you're all set up and you can just start using the light if this is what works for your workflow. but you can take it one step further. And of course, that's with Elgato Control Center. For those that might not be familiar with Control Center, it's essentially a free piece of software that comes with your Elgato Key Light that gives you complete control over it. Everything from power to temperature to brightness right inside of your system tray. So let's go ahead and add Key Light Air MK.2 by pressing this little plus icon here. This window will pop up and you'll see a new button that says Key Light Air MK.2 pairs via Bluetooth. So now it pairs to your control center with a way more streamlined approach than previous key lights did in the past. So what it's going to do is it's actually going to connect to your Key Light Air via Bluetooth. We can go ahead and identify it. Should do a little dance for us. There we go. So we know that's the right one. And we're going to click connect. So this is going to make a bridge Bluetooth connection between our PC and our Key Light Air MK.2. And then from there, we're going to be able to pass on our Wi-Fi credentials directly through Bluetooth. So it just made the whole connection process way simpler. From this dropdown, we're going to select the Wi-Fi network that our computer's LAN is connected to. And we're just going to go ahead and add in our password, hit enter, and then your Key Light Air MK.2 is going to connect to your Wi-Fi. Boom. So there we go. Now Key Light Air MK.2 has been connected successfully. We can click finish. And now we have complete control over it. Everything from temperature, we can turn it on and off. We can also put it all the way to 100%. That is super bright. So let's turn that down just a little bit. Now, the really cool thing about this new Wi-Fi connection method is not only does it work with 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connections, but it also works with 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connections. So I know in the past that some people might have had issues connecting their key lights to their Wi-Fi just because of like dual band router configuration issues and whatnot. At least I know I personally did. So it's great to know that Elgato fixed that issue and that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Additionally, another way to add your Key Light Air to your Wi-Fi network is by using the Control Center app, and that's for iOS and Android. So from here, it's going to be a very similar process. It's going to use Bluetooth to connect to your phone and then pass on the Wi-Fi credentials that way, but it's going to give you the same exact controls here. So you're going to be able to power it, adjust temperature and the brightness, all from the app as well. Also, if you just don't want to rely on Wi-Fi, if you plug your Key Light Air MK.2 directly into your PC with that USB-C cable, Control Center is going to automatically pick it up and you'll just be able to control it from there as normal. And now that we have the light configured inside of Control Center, this opens up the door to being able to let us add buttons on our Stream Deck that can control the light in the same exact aspect of Control Center. So if you don't already own a Stream Deck, you can just download the Stream Deck mobile app and pretty much turn your iPhone or Android into a little Stream Deck. Right here, I have a button to turn on and off Key Light Air, as well as adjust the brightness and also adjust the temperature. So pretty sweet configuration here. And I think that if you want to take full advantage of your Key Light Air MK.2, you're definitely going to want to set it up with some Stream Deck actions. All right, so we know how to set them up, but how do these actually look in a real world use case? Let's go ahead and swap out my OG 2019 key lights that I got 7 years ago. That's crazy, for these. So here's a comparison between my OG Key Light setup and Key Light Air MK.2. They're both in the same orientation, but do have different brightness and temperature settings in order to get the image that you see. This is the orientation that I've used for years, where pretty much I have that one light pointing toward me and the other light pointing at the wall, turning it into like a big soft fill. But let's turn that right light towards us to see what kind of image that produces. So now with both lights pointed directly toward me, this is kind of the image quality that you can expect to see. They're both set to 30%. And I don't know if you can really notice, but the reason why I like to have my right key light pointed at the wall, acting more as a softer fill, is because, man, that light is just catching all the grease and sweat on my forehead right now. It's the middle of July, so you can't judge me. In all seriousness, though, I think pointing both lights directly towards you does create a really awesome image, and you're starting to get that darker background there than if you treat one of your key lights as a bounce fill. But of course, we can make the background even darker if we break out the grids. So let's see what these things can do. And with the grid slapped on, you can see how much of a difference it makes in controlling that light and stopping it from spilling into the background. It's all being focused pretty much directly on to me. Now, I'm still at 30% brightness for both lights, but let's try turning them up. Bear with me here. I'm going to turn it up to 100% for both lights so you can see how much the grid really does make a difference. So yes, I'm way too bright right now, but I want you to focus on the background. When I take the grid off, see how much of that light is really just spilling all over the place. But when I put the grid back on, it's making sure the light is going where it needs to go. All right, yeah, 100% is way too bright. Let's put these back down to like 50%. I think that's a little bit more manageable. So, I mean, yeah, if you were to ask me, I would absolutely recommend picking up the focus grids if you're gonna buy Key Light Air MK.2. This whole time you've been looking at me through a mirrorless camera setup, and you might be wondering, well, how does this translate over into a webcam? So right now you're looking at me through Facecam 4K, and don't worry, I don't have any of the key lights on just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the left Key Light Air, and that's set to 42% with the grid on. And now let's turn on right Key Light Air. And again, that also has the grid on it as well. And yeah, I think this image quality looks absolutely fantastic. Elgato actually released an update today for Facecam 4K that just elevates the image quality out of this thing even more than it was previously, which is pretty impressive. And if we take those grids off, we do have that brighter background, but honestly, it looks great in my opinion, and that's totally a stylistic choice. Let's quickly go back to my ZV-E10 Mark II, because I know that not everyone is going to want to get 2 lights for their setup. Maybe they just want to start off with 1 light and then expand to 2 in the future. So here's just a really quick example for how a single lighting setup is going to look. This is the left key light, now set to 50%. Honestly, I think it looks fantastic. You could totally get away with just having a single light. This is what it looks like in the webcam. I haven't changed any of the settings. I literally just turned over to look at you guys in the webcam. Same thing, 50%. I think it looks great. And then let's say later on down the road, you do decide to add that second key light. You can get a little bit more of a fill on your right side. And there you go. So I have that set to 20% on my right key light facing the other side of my face. So a single lighting setup is totally doable with Key Light Air MK.2. Lastly, we got to talk about the MagSafe ring that's on the back of Key Light Air MK.2, because this really opens the door for what you can do with this thing. So let's say that you have your key light mounted to your desk for either video calls or streaming purposes, but you want to temporarily move it for like lighting a product that you're currently making a video on. Well, all you have to do is unplug the USB-C in the back and just lift it off of your desk mount. And quick note about that in a second. Then we're going to come over to our light stand that has a little MagSafe mount on the front there, and we can attach Key Light Air MK.2. And if you also go with a portable battery pack, you can plug that in just like that. And now you have yourself a little portable lighting setup that you can use for general content creation. And then when you're done creating your content and you need to go live again, simply unplug it, take it off the mount, throw it on your desk, and you're good to go. Now, if you want this specific setup, you will need to supply your own 1/4-inch MagSafe mount. One doesn't come in the box, but the good thing is they're relatively cheap. Like, I'm pretty sure I paid about 10 bucks for this one, and there's a ton of different models out there. So if you want this specific model, I'll have it listed in the description down below. And of course, I'll also put the parts that I used for this light stand MagSafe mount contraption in the description as well. Alternatively, you could take a MagSafe battery pack and attach it to the back of Key Light Air MK.2, plug in a USB-C cable, and then you have yourself a little portable Key Light Air MK.2. How sick is that? And of course, you can control the temperature and the brightness still from the face buttons there. And if you want to mount it to a light stand, you can just use the 2 remaining 1/4-inch screw holes that are on the back there. One of the things I probably should mention is that with the MagSafe mount on the back, it's purely just a mount. It's not actually drawing any power through that mount. So that's why that USB-C cable there is necessary. So that's Key Light Air MK.2. And personally, they're my favorite lights that I think Elgato has ever put out, even more so than the traditional OG key lights. Now, I didn't want to turn this into like a comparison video or anything like that, but if it were me personally, I would go for Key Light Air MK.2 over the full-size key light all day, just because you're getting those extra features and you're also saving yourself a decent chunk of change. Like the full-size key light goes for $179.99. Meanwhile, these go for $139.99. So saving money, getting way more features. And yeah, technically the panel doesn't get as bright as the full-size key light, but I mean, I think you saw from the test that these things get plenty bright enough. So if you want to pick up one or even a set for yourself, I'll have the link down below in the description. And just a reminder, if you pick it up from Elgato, you'll get that free P30 power supply, and you can use code DRIGSY to save yourself some money at checkout. That about does it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.